Hey guys, what's happening? I don't know why this doesn't flip. But anyway, all right. Can we talk today about personal responsibility? Really? Okay, here's the deal. I talk to a lot of people every day, okay? A lot of people. And I find that as I'm an online marketer, I'm a network marketer. I love doing that. I really, really do. But I find that a lot of people, hey, Turkey, hey, Yosi, Tab, hey there. I find that a lot of people do not take responsibility for their actions or for themselves. Okay. Hey, Lisa. Um, for whatever reason, I don't know why people do not take personal responsibility for their actions and for their lives, but they do not. And it has to stop. Now, here's the deal. Hey, Juniper, thanks for agreeing with me. Hey there, Prezi. Here's the deal. I don't think we know to take personal responsibility. I think that's the problem. We blame other people for the mistakes that we make. And we, unfortunately, we don't know how to take personal responsibility because we weren't really taught it. No one really gets taught to take personal responsibility. Okay. You're taught what to do, what not to do, but you're not taught to take personal responsibility. You blame people for everything else under the sun, and you just don't. So let me give you some tips on taking personal responsibility. Okay. One, as people that come online, we have to understand that it is a mind shift. It's a mind, your mindset has to change. You are no longer being paid. If you're coming online wanting to make money online, you are no longer being paid by the hour. Okay. You're not being paid for your time. You're being paid for your results. I got that from a training that I was on today, and it was incredible. Okay. And that really resonated with me because it's very true. We have to make that mind shift. If we don't make that mind shift, we are going to stay stuck in no money mode for a long time. We have to make the shift. If you're coming online as an online business, making wanting to make money, you have to understand that you are no longer being paid for the hour. You're no longer being paid whatever you want to get paid. You're no longer getting paid. You're no longer getting paid by the hour, okay? You're getting paid by the results that you make. So what does that mean? You have to make results. You have to do whatever you need to do in order to make results, okay? We're coming raw and unfiltered. We're talking about personal responsibility, okay? I've got some tips that I wrote down in terms of taking personal responsibility. Now, I'm going to go as far as saying that you can take absolute personal responsibility for everything in your life. And I don't care if somebody did something to you. You can take personal responsibility for it. And actually, I read in a book called, what is the book called? It's on iBooks. It is called, I'll find out what the name is. But one of the things that it talks about is you can actually take responsibility for, hey there, Matrix. You can actually take responsibility for everything that somebody else even does to you. For instance, what if you were in an accident and it wasn't your fault? Can you take responsibility for that? I want to hear you guys, what would you answer to that? If I said I was in an accident and somebody hit me, do you think I should take personal responsibility for it or not? Or is that something that you can take personal responsibility for? I want to hear your thoughts. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Can you take personal responsibility for being in an accident that you did not cause? Hey there, Eddie. No, I hear a no. Who else? Anybody else? Can you take personal responsibility for an accident that you did not cause? Hey there, David. Anybody else? Were you crossing the street? Good question, Juniper. Good question. That is an excellent, excellent question. Were you crossing the street illegally? Let's suppose that's an option. Let's suppose you did not cross the street illegally. Can you take personal responsibility for something that you didn't cause? and I'm trying to find the book that I read that talked about, it actually might have been Grant Cardone's book. Definitely no. Okay, Robert says definitely no. So I'm going to go as far as to say that you can take personal responsibility for that. And I'll tell you why. There's 2 reasons why. You can take personal responsibility for it because you could have left 10 minutes later and not have been in the way of that car to have that accident, right? I would also go as far as to say that you could have turned a different way or gone a different route in order to avoid that accident. Okay. I'm also going to say that in the midst of that accident, you could take that accident and use it as a positive. So instead of, if you're in a wheelchair, let's suppose the accident resulted in you being in a wheelchair, you could take that and be an advocate, for instance, for people who, for handicapped people. You could take that responsibility. Exactly. You could take responsibility for your healing. Absolute, Juniper, that is incredible. You can take responsibility for your healing, because I truly do believe that we can be healed of anything, any disease out there. Nothing can really harm us. Okay. It can, but you can take personal responsibility for your healing and be completely whole and completely healed. Juniper, you are incredibly right, okay? And I totally believe that. Any disease or sickness went on the cross, died on the cross with Jesus, and you can take responsibility over your healing. Absolutely. So let me tell you about 5 ways of how you can take personal responsibility. First, stop relying on other people for so much of your success. I had somebody, because somebody didn't call him, he decided he was going to quit. Really? So you've cut off the option of you making money because someone didn't call you? You got to take personal responsibility, okay? Just because someone doesn't call you, or you don't have, quote unquote, a mentor. Forgiveness too. That's right, Juniper. Again, you can take personal responsibility for your success. If you quit at something, and I heard Dave Woods say this. I don't know if you guys know of Dave Woods, but if you quit at something you want because someone didn't help you out, you never made the decision to do it anyway. So I'll let that marinate a little bit. If you quit at something because someone did not call you back, or you quit because someone didn't, your mentor or your success coach or whatever never called you, you never really made a decision to be in that business or a decision to be successful at all in the beginning, because you would have never relied on anybody else in order for you to have success. Okay, your success and your results are you driven, not anybody else's. The second way to take personal responsibility is speak life, speak positivity. Always look at the brighter side of something. Okay, God has a purpose for you. God has a mission for you to accomplish. And one of the things that you have got to, believe in is that you are going to fulfill your purpose. And in order for you to fulfill your purpose, you have to take responsibility for the time that you have. Okay. The third thing on how you can take personal responsibility is let the past go. If you don't let the past go, it's going to haunt you, and you're going to subconsciously or unconsciously project your hurt onto other people, and it's going to affect the relationships that you can have. So thanks for the heart, love. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That's in terms of letting the past go. Let it go. And I know it's hard to do. Trust me. I know it's hard. People have hurt you. People have gotten on you. People have told you, sad and terrible things. But you really do want to let it go. And there are some ways, and we'll talk about some ways later on how you can, it is hard. Juniper, it's hard. It is so hard. It is. And we'll talk about some ways that you can let the hurt and the past go, and things that I've experienced, for myself. There are ways that I it's not coping, but there are ways that I have used in order to forgive people, and a lot of it comes down to forgiveness. Okay, so we'll talk about that on another scope. The other way is admit that you're wrong. I am someone that has to admit they're wrong all the time. Okay, okay, because I have a big head. I fully admit that. All right, so admit that you're wrong, and that you have made mistakes. My original country is the United States. That you're wrong and that you have made mistakes, and submit yourself to good leadership, people that know what they're doing, and submit yourself to that. No, I'm not from Africa. Submit yourself to good leadership. Okay, people that know what they're doing and that can help you, that have a sincere interest in helping you. The last way, and how to take personal responsibility, is always be willing to change. I think as we get older, sometimes we get so closed and we get so narrow, and we are so tied to what we know as right. Okay, so always be willing to change. Never be so rigid that you can't accept good advice. Now, here's the deal: you can take the advice, but just listen. You don't have to take it all, but just listen to the advice. Okay. Take the meat, as they say, take the meat and throw out the bones. Okay, so that's how you take personal responsibility. But I had to talk about it today because, I hear people talking about blaming other people for their non-success. And I'm sorry, you will stay in unsuccessful mode or stay in defeatist mode by doing that. You have you really just have to take personal responsibility for what you are doing and for your life. You are right now a result of the actions that you have taken in the past. Where you are right now has everything to do with the actions that you have taken in the past, and take responsibility for where you are today. And if you want to make a change, make that change. All right, this is the Raw Food Chick, and the Raw Food Chick tips will be coming to you live and unfiltered, raw and unfiltered, hopefully daily. We'll see how everything goes, but thanks for joining. Give me some heart love before we go. Thank you. Right back at you. Love you guys. Peace.